Star-Spangled Banner, get wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Come on! Woo!
Anita Baker. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Western Conference champion Los Angeles Lakers. At forward, 6'7" from St. John's, number 37, Ron Artest. At the other forward, 7 feet from Spain, number 16, Pau Gasol. At center, 7 feet from St. Joseph's High School, number 17, Andrew Bynum. At one guard, 6'1" from Arkansas Little Rock, number 2, Derek Fisher. And at the other guard, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, number 24, Kobe Bryant. The head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers is Phil Jackson.
Let me hear it!
And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference champion, Boston Celtics. At center, 6'11" from Clifton-Olson High School, number 43, Kendrick Perkins. At one guard, 6'1" from Kentucky, number 9, Rajon Rondo. At the other guard, 6'5", from Connecticut, number 20, Ray Allen. At one forward, 6'11", from Farragut Academy, number 5, KG Kevin Garnett. And at the other forward, 6'7", from Kansas, the captain and the truth, number 34, Paul Pierce. The head coach of the Boston Celtics is Doc Rivers. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 4 is coming up.
And so it continues. You've lived your life for this one moment. A chance to march into the pantheon of greatness, where a legacy of champions awaits.
Get ready for basketball battle, the NBA championship.
And almost most unthinkable storyline has unfolded in this NBA Finals.
And I'm guaranteeing everybody here, next year we're going to win it again.
Tonight, the real season begins.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
It's 89-84. Sixers, and they get inside.
I want to tell you something. Somebody up there is on our side.
Dallas on the floor. What a play by Dave Dallas.
Oh, my!
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
Welcome to a raucous TD Garden, but it was oh so quiet at the end of Game 3 the other night. Lakers silencing the crowd with clutch crunch time play. And four-time champion Derek Fisher did most of the damage with a superb performance. Now tonight, the Celtics need to get off the mat once again as they look to tie the series. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game 4 of the 2010 NBA Finals. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Doris Burke with us as well. What we've seen so far is that these Lakers are different from the Lakers of 2008. They're tougher and they're a more balanced team. And Mark, they've got to be thrilled that they're up 2-1, and they yet have had one of those I'm taking over this game type of performances from Kobe Bryant.
Well, exactly. You know, at some point, Kobe Bryant will have a breakthrough ball game, but give the Boston Celtics a lot of credit. They are making him a volume shooter. He's getting his points, looks awfully impressive, but look at the amount of attempts, and especially in Game 3, 29 shots, 29 points. Doc Rivers and the Celtics will take that.
Meanwhile, for Boston, a lot of the talk last couple of days is getting Paul Pierce on track, getting Ray Allen back on the mark, and having Kevin Garnett keeping up what he did in Game 3. But you feel that the #1 barometer for this team is the play of Rajon Rondo.
Right, trying to get three primary scorers in rhythm is a challenge. Rondo's got to focus on his offensive energy, pushing the ball up the floor. But as important is his rebounding numbers. You look at the 12 in Game 2, that's when he's chasing the long ones down and pushing it in transition, which gives Ray Allen and Paul Pierce the chance to get easier opportunities on the break.
So much for home court advantage so far in this series. The home team is 1-2. This presentation of the NBA Finals continues after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Is this?
Play defense with your feet, right? Moving your body. All right. Big key on offense. We talk about running lanes, organizing flow. So we're not coming down and thinking, now, oh, we got to get in the flow now. We're running into it.
All right, we got to bump them off spots. We got to rebound. We got to do all our jobs and our formula. But the bottom line is, play this game clutter-free. Play hard, play with passion, play free.
They're dangerous. Their backs against the wall. You got to beat that energy now.
The last minute instructions as we get set for Game 4. Boston Celtics losing at home in Game 3, now down 2-1. They know the importance of tonight. They've bounced back so many times during the regular season and again during the playoffs. In a huge game tonight, they do not want to go down 3-1 in this series. Our Spanish language version of today's game presented by ESPN Deportes. Use the SAP button on your television. Crowd fired up again, but you can almost feel a little different. They're a little anxious after what they watched the other night. But it's packed and they're ready. Scott Foster, Eddie F. Rush, and Greg Willard, the officials, as we're underway. Eddie Rush trips up immediately over one of the fans to start, as the Lakers will have it. Lakers making all the crunch time plays at the end of Game 3. Allen is on Kobe Bryant. Tough shot. Gets it to go. Can't defend him much better than that.
That's good defense by Ray Allen. Tough shot by Bryant, and Bryant even wanted a foul.
Down the the other end. The matchups are Fisher. He's going to be on Allen as Pierce is fouled. I'm going to say on the way to the basket. Paul Pierce has had some slow starts as we go back and look at the first basket of the game.
Well, this is well defended. Good action off the post pass by the Lakers. That's a great contest. He hits his hand on the follow through, which I think is fine. And then at the other end, I like them putting Ray Allen in the post, but when they didn't have it, swinging it back to Pierce and putting him in a high pick and roll.
The foul is on Bynum.
And I like the fact that Paul Pierce put the ball on the floor. That's what he's going to have to do, loosen up this Laker defense by putting it on the floor and putting pressure on him. You talk about attack, don't just be a jump shooter. You're too skilled offensively. Get to the foul line and establish some sort of rhythm.
Pierce shooting just 36% from the field in the series. Doc Rivers has said for us to win this series, he has to be a factor offensively. Pierce stated the obvious after game 3. He said that I have to do more and I can do more. He gets off to a good start. He only took 3 free throws the entire game 3.
And 2 rebounds. You know, he's really good when he's an active participant in all phases of the game, passing it and getting on the board.
And what Doc Rivers is, we've said it a number of times, when he's rebounding well and he's getting to the line, that shows just how active he is. Pass inside, Bynum, blocked by Garnett. Picked up by Pierce. Ray Allen on the drive, gets inside. Ray Allen has ended his drought. After that nightmare 0 for 13 performance, he scores the first field goal for Boston here in game 4. That's got to feel good, Mark, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And Doc was talked about one of the keys is pace, pushing the basketball, and good things happen.
I think Artest just lost that one. Allen down the other end. And then Fisher knocks him over and helps him up. First personal on Derek Fisher.
You think about it. A guy goes 0 for 13, and you still try to run him off the spot the next ball game. They understand who Ray Allen is. He's a knockdown shooter. Sure, he's been struggling, but he still is a shooter. Derek Fisher does a good job of trying to run him off the spot. Can't put on the brakes. Comes up with the foul.
And Bryant is on Rondo. Pierce gets inside. And Pierce trying to be aggressive. He has struggled in the first half of this series. Only 18% shooting in the first half, 50% in the second half.
And Paul Pierce has every right, even though Ron Artest has the turnover and Celtics get the basketball as an outstanding defender. If you're a great offensive guy, you have to believe there's nothing that an individual can do to stop me. I'm going to force help.
They put Pierce into 2 pick and rolls. He scored on both.
Artest has done a good job, although Pierce wasn't giving him much credit after game 3. Artest said, well, that means I've got to play better. Allen open. Bynum the rebound.
A good screen set by Rondo, creating that opening for Ray Allen.
Allen admitted he didn't sleep much after game 3 as Gasol rattles it in. And let's remember in the game the other night, Kevin Garnett, who struggled in game 2, had the first couple of buckets. Place was going crazy. And the Lakers able to withhold or withstand that storm in the early going. Garnett is attacking the other night, attacks there, misses, gets the rebound, off the mark, Rondo, and last touch by the Lakers. Rondo calls out a play.
Now, I could understand Ray Allen not getting any sleep if he shot like me. But he's a knockdown shooter. Sleep well and understand that the numbers are in your favor.
But he also said, I never hang my head. He's had, like all the great shooters do every once in a while, have those type of games. Certainly don't want it on the final stage. Perkins bullies his way in, but can't finish. Allen gets to cover Kobe Bryant at the other end. Gasol.
To me, he's really improved his jump shot over the last couple of years. When he used to face up, teams used to entice him to shoot that versus have him beat you off the dribble. Now he knocks it in with regularity.
Allen the drive, uses the left hand. Perkins had it, but lost it. And here come the Lakers. Rondo and Kobe Bryant on this exchange. Fisher left wide open. That won't go. Kyle Gasol tips it out. And Rondo lets it go out of bounds. Boston will take over.
Kobe Bryant has made some very good passes early in this ball game. Pau Gasol for a jump shot, that time creating a wide open corner jumper for Derek Fisher.
Celtics, after hitting their first 2 from the field, have missed 5 straight. Rondo, nice pass inside to Pierce. Pierce gets it to go. Lakers will bring it up. Here's Andrew Bynum again. Hurt himself in game 3. Little tweak of that knee that's been bothering him. For an update on that, let's check in with Doris.
Well, Phil Jackson concerned enough in game 3 with the way it locked up, as you see Gasol get a jumper off, that he didn't want to put him back in the 4th period, Mike. It wasn't until Gary Beatty said he's okay that they went back to him. He said the first 6 or 7 minutes, good break there by Boston. The first 6 or 7 minutes will determine how much Andrew Bynum plays, guys. He does not look great getting up and down, at least initially, Mike.
He was really limping yesterday as Garnett with a beautiful pass and Pierce off to the start they wanted. He's 3 for 3. Bynum banks it in.
Coach, you know, coaching against this Celtic team, they were so good at sending Paul Pierce off of slice cuts towards the basket. Got a lot of good stuff years ago with
Pierce passed up a shot there. Garnett doesn't pass it up, nails that one.
And it was like you're saying about Pierce. You want him going to the basket, whether it's on the dribble or on a cut, because his game is so hard to defend because of his strength in the paint.
Bad pass from Bryant, but Fisher able to get it back. Nice entry to Gasol, and using that left hand. Derek Fisher was the star of game 3, that 4th quarter. Hit the big shots, 11 of his 16 points. Once again, shining on the final stage. Allen with a hand in his face. He got the layup, but has missed a couple of jumpers. Bynum wants the ball. He does have a little bit of a limp. He's aggressively calling for it. Bryant, tough shot, banks it in. These are 2 very difficult field goal attempts.
And Coach and I talked about this. Sometimes when you have too much balance, you go away from what's hot. Paul Pierce has started off on fire, and the ball hasn't found him.
Pierce on the drive, double team, has it blocked, gets it back. Rondo straight on 3, in and out. And Bynum another rebound. Whatever percentage you want to put Bynum on with the knee injury, he has still been such a huge plus for the Lakers. Artest really struggling from the field last couple of games. Rondo, nice crossover, fake. Won't go. Pierce tries to tip it, and Gasol has it. Ryan on the drive. Allen gets in front of him nicely. And a defensive 3 seconds going to be called against the Celtics, or is it offensive 3 seconds? Scott Foster telling Phil Jackson, I think it's against the Lakers. They lead by 1.
Welcome back to Boston, where the Lakers lead by 1. Well, Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher, by number of games won, are the best guard tandem in NBA playoff history. But you can trace their brotherhood back to their rookie season when neither guy saw a lot of playing time.
We spend a lot of time, in the gym, just he and I. We were the young bucks, so you don't play a certain amount of minutes. And whether it's on the road or at home, you have to go in and work out. And so it would be just he and I. We wound up playing one-on-one full court, and a lot of times it ended in fights and stuff like that. And that's when we both knew that we weren't going to accept losing, and we just kind of grew from there.
Well, those contentious battles united around their distaste for losing. Kobe Bryant said, when it comes to Derek Fisher, guys, it's all about his character. Mike?
Those 2, Doris, have really formed a bond both on and off the court. Terrific friends, and Kobe keeps saying that he thinks Fisher would be a great coach. Fisher has not ruled that out, says he'd like to be a coach or front office, but he still wants to play. He's an unrestricted free agent after this year. He wants to play a few more years. Shot clock at 1. Allen In and out. He had about 4 of those the other night, which made the night so difficult. And that one almost halfway down.
And Fisher said he may be a politician too, and he's got my vote already. Because if you show that will down the stretch, you'll make the right decisions.
And I agree with you. When you talk about a guy that's conducted himself in a professional manner from day one, he will have a lot of options.
Foul on Garnett on the entry pass. And you see what they've done together. And the number 1 stat, of course, the 4 championships. They played most of their careers together. Of course, Kobe Bryant his entire career with the Lakers. Fisher had that 3-year sabbatical and went to Golden State for a year and then Utah for 2 before coming back and helping them win yet another title last season.
By the way, you told me I had your vote.
Oh, well, I took that back. Fisher made those plays. He won for me.
Pierce, good drive, draws the foul on Fisher there. So Derek Fisher picks up his 2nd, and Pierce gets back to the line.
But Mike, let's not overlook Fisher's 1 year in Utah. This is what a type of winner he is. He helped them get to the Western Conference Finals that year. I mean, this is a guy who wins. You know, there are certain guys that have a knack for winning, and certain guys have a knack for putting up numbers.
And a guy that's not a front runner because he helped them get to the Western Conference Finals through adversity. He was going through a tough time and handled it like a true champ.
His first 8 years were with the Lakers, and he left. The year he left was the year Phil Jackson left. That 1 year that Jackson was out, Shaquille O'Neal was leaving, Gary Payton was on the team. He said he wanted to see if he could do more, wanted to be more of an impact. That was some of the reasons why he left. Went to Golden State first and then to Utah. And then, of course, was able to come back to L.A. And you give so much of the credit to the late Larry Miller, the former Jazz owner, who allowed him to get out of his contract because Fisher's daughter was dealing with eye cancer, and he felt he could get better treatment for him here in L.A. A real class move by the Miller family and the Jazz. Bryant on the pull-up, comes up short. Artest right there to clean it up. Under 4 to play in the opening period. Pierce has gotten off to a good start. Can't get that one, and Gasol unable to hold on to the rebound. Glenn Davis checks in. And Garnett is going to go to the bench. Garnett had that terrific game 3 points-wise, individual-wise, but said he'd give it all away. He'd rather have a 2-point game and play horrible like he did in game 2 and get the victory. A lot of guys say that. He means it.
Well, that's what I can't wait. I want to hear this guy who says, hey, listen, I don't care if we win or lose. I just want my numbers.
You've been around some of them.
No, they didn't say it. They did it, but they didn't say it.
Pierce fakes nice move on Artest. Gets it to go. Paul Pierce, a terrific start. 10 points already here in the first period.
And you give Ron Artest credit in the past. He's played outstanding defense against Pierce this entire series. This first quarter has been a disappointment. Pierce is getting things too easy, and it's bad Artest defense.
Pass deflected, but right to the Lakers. Shot clock at 4. Odom comes in early for Bynum. Steps back and launches the 3-pointer. Sasha Vujacic, some early minutes, gets the rebound.
Too many balls just hitting off the Celtics' hands instead of being able to corral it off a good defensive effort and ignite their break.
You know, the team that has won the rebounding edge in all 3 games has been the victor. Bryant lost it. Good defense from Ray Allen. Chase from behind, just gets it off to Davis, and he misses the layup. Vujacic the other way. Gasol backing in on Perkins, and they call the foul on Perkins. Foul trouble has been a constant theme throughout. Both teams have had key players start with foul problems, including Paul Pierce in game 3 for the Celtics. He's not in foul problems tonight, Mark, and he's played terrific.
Well, needing a win, the Celtics finding out that the truth shall set you free. Paul Pierce getting it going early, paint scoring, variety of ways, knockdown, jump shot, tied ball.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC, brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. The A-Team, Tomorrow, only in theaters. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And Corona, relax and refresh with Corona and Lime.
Everyone deserves to be.
2:31 remaining, first quarter of Game 4. Lakers and Celtics all tied at 14. Let's look at our Verizon Wireless game track. Looking at the series thus far. Game 1, Kobe at 30, and the Lakers dominated the boards at 16-0 advantage in second chance points. Ray Allen had an incredible performance, setting a finals record for most threes. And then Game 3, just the opposite for Allen, the nightmare game. And Derek Fisher erupting in the fourth quarter, very Kobe-like, as the Lakers take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. Fisher with the 2 quick fouls, bringing Vujacic in the game early. Rasheed Wallace is also checked in for the first time for Boston. Artest jump shot. Artest now 1 for 4. He is really struggling. 3 for his last 19 from the field. And he has done an excellent job on Paul Pierce. Shot clock down to 7. Rondo has to put up the jump shot. Not a good possession there for Boston.
A lot of running around for Paul Pierce, and then you put him in position where the Lakers could help out. Made it a tough possession.
Gasol, nice fake. Back to Bryant from the baseline. Way off the mark. Bryant shooting 39% from the field in the series. Rondo, nice move. Gets to the basket. Banks it in.
Again, that pace, pushing the basketball. I love the fact that Pierce puts it in the hands of Rondo, trusting that he's going to make the right play.
He's becoming an excellent finisher. As Odom looking for an opening, Davis on him. Odom steps back. Back for the rebound, Pierce. And Pierce already 4 rebounds and 4 free throw attempts. So much more engaged, draws the foul. Nope, they wave it off and say there's no continuation. So the Celtics will take it out. ADF Rush having a rough start. He's gotten knocked down once.
See what Rondo's doing, using guys as a shield and then takes it to where no help defense is. Does a good job of finishing. Off balance. Key is the pace. They're putting it in his hands, and good things are occurring.
And also giving him a bit of an early rest. Doc Rivers was saying yesterday that he's worried about the minutes and what we're asking him to do. So much responsibility. He's had a few games where he's played almost the entire game. Then he has to rest him in the fourth, so he wants to give him an early rest tonight. Nate Robinson and Tony Allen are in.
Especially if you're going to ask him to push the ball at all times. That's a big demand for a player, especially a point guard. So it's the right thing to make sure he's fresh down the stretch.
Jordan Farmar, Shannon Brown, and Pierce to the basket, misses. Can't hold on to the rebound. Both coaches going to the bench often and early.
Pierce has missed a couple layups. Ray Allen missed a layup. They've missed free throws. They've had good opportunities.
Gasol on Wallace. Reverse. Oh, stolen by Farmar. Good anticipation. Nice pass inside. And then a foul on Rasheed Wallace. Crowd applauding the physical play of Wallace, who picks up his first. But an excellent defensive play. A little defensive back work from Jordan Farmar.
Well, bad outlet pass by Rasheed Wallace. Your job is to be the eyes of the point guard, but good defense by Farmar. And this is just a good playoff foul by Rasheed Wallace. Just a good job of not allowing him to get to the cup. Pau Gasol does a pump fake. He has no choice but to land on him. But the right thing to do. Let's just make playoff basketball fouls.
And they call the foul on the floor before the shot. So now the Lakers will take it out. Both teams with 14 fouls here in the final minute of the period. Gasol. Wallace pokes it away. Gasol tries again. Oh, nice fake. And they call a foul. Wallace very upset. He tried to pull a chair out. Gasol fell down. And that's going to be 2 fouls on Rasheed Wallace in 2 minutes. He's pleading his case to Scott Foster.
If you're Rasheed Wallace, you don't have to worry about fouls. This is good defense. And that's not a foul neither. That's Pau Gasol losing his balance, That's clearly not a foul, and Rasheed Wallace and Doc Rivers upset.
The crowd just saw the replay on the big screen as Gasol knocks down the free throw. He backed away nicely. Smart play from Wallace. There's one time where he's complaining, and he's absolutely right. Well, this has been a story in the series so far. Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce have had foul problems for the Celtics. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, Fisher, Artest, Odom, and even Kobe Bryant had that one game where he had 5. So many key players have been in foul difficulties throughout the first 3 games.
If you're Paul Pierce in this situation, we've seen the Celtics shoot too early. You want to wind this clock down before you go into your move.
Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Robinson sets, puts up the 3, puts it in. But still 3 seconds remain. Shannon Brown, count of it goes. Not a bad attempt, but off the mark. And that will end the first quarter. For the Boston Celtics, one of the keys, says Doc Rivers, getting Paul Pierce going offensively. That was certainly the case in the opening period as he scored 10. And meanwhile, excellent Celtic defense as well, holding the Lakers to just 16 points. Game 4 here in Boston. First quarter complete. Celtics by 3.
The slow start offensively, Phil. What needs to happen on that end?
Oh, they've been playing. We're both playing real good defense. Most teams know what they're going to do. You know, we had some interior things. I thought we didn't shoot the ball well. Drew had a couple things at the basket. Kobe had a couple good looks. Both teams in a defensive mode.
Wanted to take a good hard look at Andrew in the first 6 or 7 minutes. What did you see?
I can't hear you.
Andrew Bynum, the first 6 or 7 minutes, you wanted to take a hard look at him. What did you see?
Well, he had no elevation on a shot he had under the basket.
Phil,
so we'll look at him again.
Thanks. Guys.
Well, it is loud in here. It is hard to hear as Bynum back in. Again, he felt that twinge in the third quarter, has that slight tear of his meniscus in the right knee. Happened in game 6 against Oklahoma City the first round. He hasn't missed a game since then. Continues to go out there, play hard. It's obviously not 100%. Just his size and presence has been a nice contributions for the Lakers as Robinson stays in the game, gets it to Pierce. Davis wide open, too strong. Here comes Lamar Odom, who rebounded with a nice game the other night after 2 struggles in the first 2.
And right now, the Celtics are 8 for 23. That's a nice back cut from Farmar to Shannon Brown. They've taken 23 shots, and I think the Celtics have had quality looks. That's a great shot by Glenn Davis. They're just not shooting the ball well.
And we watched Paul Pierce make 2 plays. The end of the quarter, he gave it to Nate Robinson off the double team. And that time, making the play for Glenn Davis, just not able to knock that one down.
Well, Farmar and Brown, the backup guards, hooking up nicely there. Completes the 3-point play, all tied up. The bench for the Celtics hurt them in the first half of game 3. Doc Rivers said he was even hesitant to go back to them, but they did play well in the second half. Shot clock winding down. Wallace against Odom. Oh, Davis, he mistimed his jump, and he was still able to tip it in.
A good job of attacking the offensive boards off of Andrew Bynum's help of Rasheed Wallace post-up.
Big Baby once again displaying his athletic ability. Pretty incredible for a guy his size. Artest posting up Pierce, flips it up with the left hand and gets one to go. Celtics would love the up-tempo. Robinson, quick catch and shoot. Again! Nate Robinson with a couple of threes off the bench.
He's a tough guy that can score in bunches. Anybody else, that's a bad shot. But Nate Robinson more than capable of knocking that shot down.
He did it in game 6 against Orlando. Farmar misses. Came off the bench at 13 points. He's played sporadically, but he's helped when he's had his opportunities. Pierce on the drive. Davis. Tony Allen. And it's still going to be Celtic ball. 9 left to shoot.
This is really good defense. High, wide pin down. Farmar shot the gap, got back in front, contested, but give Nate Robinson credit. Flying off the screen, able to balance up and knock it in.
Lost it that time as Bynum picks it up. Second turnover for Boston. Turnovers really hurt them in the fourth quarter of game 3. They had 6. Artest fakes. Farmar open and hits a three-pointer.
Good find by Artest. Bad defense by Nate Robinson. No sense in helping Paul Pierce in that situation. Live with him defending Artest one-on-one.
That's their first three-pointer. They were 0 for 5. Pierce on the attack again. Good pull-up jumper from Pierce. Davis grabs the rebound and is fouled. First team foul.
You just got to be more disciplined defensively. Nate Robinson, Paul Pierce has Ron Artest under control. He gambles and he pays the price. Artest delivers an on-point pass to Farmer and he knocks down the J.
Foul on Odom, his first. Pierce wants to take Artest. Nice feed to Davis inside. Davis banks it in again and a foul.
If they put Paul Pierce against Ron Artest into 30 pick and rolls, they're going to get quality shots. It's hard for Artest's big body to navigate these screens. There he gets stuck on the screen. Good pocket pass. Davis takes the contact and finishes. Really good play by Pierce. Outstanding finish by the undersized Davis.
They call the foul on Odom. And Davis with a chance for the three-point play.
And if you remember in 08, that's how the Celtics won the championship. They put them in pick and rolls, 1-3 pick and rolls, made it tough, and Pierce made the right decisions all series long.
Second straight postseason where Glenn Davis has come in and played well in the playoffs. Last year he got all the time because Garnett was out with a knee injury. This year he's been a valuable member off the bench for Doc Rivers. And the bench coming through here in the first half. They've scored the last 11 points. Shot clock at 6. Shannon Brown looks up at it. Down on the drive. Tough fall-away shot. Oh, gets it to go. Brown and Farmar doing a good job off the bench as well. Robinson. And Odom, another rebound. 3 boards already for Odom off the bench. Rebounding numbers even right now. Poked away by Davis. He's got good quick hands. Lakers get back. Their transition defense in game 3 was excellent. Nate Robinson sells that very well. And a foul on Farmar, his first.
You got to give credit to Glenn Davis. His impact on this ball game off the bench. Offensive rebounding, you talk about hanging in the air, mistiming it, but the athletic ability to stay in and then pick and roll. Put yourself in position to catch and finish over contested hands. Glenn Davis having a stellar first half.
Second quarter, game 4 from Boston as the NBA Finals continues on ABC. Game 5 back here in Boston on Sunday. A little earlier start, tip-off shortly after 8. And then if the series goes back to LA, Tuesday and Thursday at the Staples Center, both times the series. And the tip-off shortly after 9 o'clock as Paul Pierce in the pick and roll working well.
He's got 10 points, but it's also his passing. Able to get in the lane. Here running it with Nate Robinson. 4 assists already as well. And then again, another good play. Turning the corner as a scorer, draws the extra defender, and then drops it off. Outstanding start from Pierce, aggressive in all phases of the game.
Again, he's been really struggling in that first half. With a terrific start. Celtics by 1. Robinson looking, sets and fires. And Big Baby again trying to battle. He is just everywhere. Fisher back in, as is Kobe Bryant. Odom on the drive. Bank shot is good. Good soft touch from Odom.
And one thing you don't want to allow Lamar Odom to do is get to his left hand. You got to force him to his right.
Ray Allen back in. Finds Wallace. That's a two-pointer from Wallace. Odom the rebound. Odom, very good start as well. We've said it over and over again. When Lamar Odom plays very well, they're almost unbeatable. Shannon Brown can't hit the wide open shot. Ray Allen looking. Shot clock down to 8 again. Laker defense has been good. Robinson to the basket, left-handed, can't get it to go. Tony Allen comes up with it, lost it, but Robinson picks it up. Right now, the Celtics shooting just 34% from the field.
I like what Doc Rivers did. Pull it out and run a set. Try to get Ray Allen in a floppy action.
But they are totally disregarding Tony Allen.
Allen lost the ball.
That's his second bad play offensively.
Gasol. Wild pass, but it gets to Fisher. Boy, sloppy play last couple of minutes. Wallace with a nice defensive play. Pass out Robinson, fakes. Again, good transition defense from the Lakers. Anytime the Celtics try and get something in transition, Lakers hurry back defensively.
But off-target passing has really hurt him.
Davis gets that one to go. Lynn Davis, 7 points and 2 rebounds off the bench. Odom drives on Davis inside to Gasol. And Wallace picks up his 3rd foul. And we'll have a timeout. Odom and Davis have some words. Scott Forster gets in between them. Wallace trying to plead his case on that last foul. Ray Allen and the Celtics trying to bounce back. And we're just past the midway point. 2nd quarter, game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Celtics by 1.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
The 2010 FIBA World Cup continues Saturday, June 12th on ABC as Landon Donovan and the United States take on England. One game changes everything. The 2010 FIBA World Cup on ABC Saturday, June 12th at 1:30 Eastern. The World Cup available on TV and on your phone. The excitement ready to start. It's already started here in the finals. Now in game 4, let's listen to some coaches' huddles.
Hey, I love our shots. We're getting great shots. Keep attacking, guys. Keep attacking.
Capture the ball. We're giving them too many easy shots, too many second shots. Got it?
Great defense, all right? Second shots, don't forget. We need everybody on that glass, all right?
Gasol misses the first free throw and then ties the game. Largest lead here in the first half, when only 3. We've had some big first half leads in the game so far. Remember game 1? Lakers had huge lead, double-figure leads. But not tonight so far. Rondo inside, wild shot, short for the foul. Kobe Bryant picks up his first.
And a better read by Rondo all series long. Kobe Bryant has been zoning the area as Ray Allen goes on his action play. Kobe Bryant would jump towards Allen as he runs baseline. And if you're Rondo, you can't allow him to continue to do that. You have to give Allen room by beating Bryant in those situations.
Rondo from the free throw line. It's been a disaster. 4 for 14 now after that miss. Again, he'd been shooting much better free throws, especially early in the playoffs, but way off the mark here through the first 3+ games.
You're a point guard. You can't shoot 4 for 15 from the free throw line.
And never underestimate that making him less likely to go to the basket and risk being fouled.
Bryant to Artest. Good extra pass. Fisher. Lamar Odom. And Perkins. Quick outlet to Rondo. Rondo's stutter move. Gets inside. Banker won't go. And Gasol the rebound. Celtics again struggling from the field, 35%. Crowd's got a little quiet. Kobe Bryant drills the three-pointer, and the Lakers have a three-point lead. Bryant's only taken 5 shots here in the first half. Had 29 attempts in game 3. Pierce. Oh, tough shot to Pierce to bank it in.
Tough shot. It's good defense for Pierce. Better offense.
I don't think I've ever seen Paul Pierce taken out of the paint jump hook.
Bryant back-to-back threes. We also wanted a foul on that one. 10 points for Kobe Bryant. Rondo, the open jumper. He's been shooting much better from there, as you said, Jeff, yet it's not carrying over at the free throw line.
If I was him, the next free throw, I'd get the ball at the top of the key and take it. No, I'm serious. And take a dribble in and shoot a jump shot into a rhythm shot versus standing there worrying about as Bryant knocks in his 3rd straight jumper instead of worrying about if I'm going to make or miss my free throw.
Makes a lot of sense. When you're Ray Allen on the defensive end, you're giving up too much space to Bryant coming off of those down screens.
Garnett pass deflected, stolen. Fisher, good defense, 3-on-2. Bryant inside, stolen by Pierce. Excellent transition defense from the Celtics. Here goes Rondo to the basket. Short, and Odom the rebound. Gasol back to Odom, and the finish with a foul. There's Lamar Odom at 6'9", his ability to bring it up the floor, make the pass, and then the finish.
Whenever you miss a layup in transition, almost every time it costs you a layup going the other way. Good pass by Gasol. Good finish through the contact by Odom.
Ray Allen the foul, and the Lakers with a 6-point lead. Odom's 2nd straight solid game, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Rondo looking for Pierce.
But understand, Kobe Bryant's not even defending Rondo right now. So he's just zoning the area.
Garnett. And in his face, Perkins, the offensive rebound and put back. Celtics tough on the offensive glass so far tonight. They've got 9 second chance points. Gasol on the drive, foul by Pierce. Garnett blocks the shot, and Pau Gasol will go back to the free throw line. And we'll have a timeout. There's Kobe Bryant getting in a nice rhythm here in the 2nd quarter, Mark.
Well, started off very tentative, looking to get guys involved, and then out of nowhere began to come off of down screens, knock down shots. Nobody there. Great job of getting in rhythm. And then Ray Allen, you know the rules. Hand down, man down.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC, brought to you by GMC. Watch GMC and Dude Perfect engineer shots you've never seen at gmc.com/pickupgames. Despicable Me, an animated comedy event in eye-popping 3D, July 9th. And the new Miller Lite Vortex bottle. Taste greatness.
In Boston, some Hall of Famers in attendance. The Dr. Julius Erving and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Watching as the Lakers lead by 4 in what has been the best rivalry in the history of the NBA. The 12th time the Lakers and Celtics have met in the finals. Celtics have won 9 of the first 11. Boston going for their 18th title. The Lakers going for their 16th championship. As Gasol gets the first one to go.
Like you talking about Dr. J and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 2 of New York's finest.
Power Memorial for, that was the high school for then Lou Alcindor. And Julius played out Long Island, right?
From Hempstead.
Roosevelt High School.
Roosevelt High School.
6-point Laker lead. Pierce with Odom on him, trying to draw the foul. Odom, another New York City kid. As Garnett has it knocked out of bounds by Artest with 7 to shoot. Doc Rivers happy with the defense. But right now, something's missing, Jeff, with the Celtics on the offensive end.
Well, they've missed free throws. They've missed makeable shots. Hey, those things are hard to overcome against a quality team like the Lakers. That's a travel.
Yeah. And they call him for it. That's the 5th turnover for Boston. Celtics out of sync right now offensively as we check in with Doris.
Well, in fact, Doc Rivers, that last time out, guys, his heads were down in the huddle. He simply said, guys, we are missing great shots. There is nothing wrong with that. Get your heads up. We're going to make the shots we're getting. So we'll see, guys.
Under 2 to play in a very low-scoring first half. Artest to drive. Gets by Pierce, no help, and the lead is up to 8, largest of the first half.
That's bad defense by Pierce, closing out to Artest at the 3-point line and allowing him to put it on the floor, and no help came.
And Artest is a left-hand driver as Garnett takes it to the basket.
Garnett sent something and attacked. Chance for a 3-point play.
After a lot of opportunities in game 3, not as many tonight for Garnett. And then this isn't just bad by Pierce. That's bad defense team-wide. There's no way a guy can drive the ball from the 3-point line to the basket unmolested.
Doc Rivers said he wanted Kevin Garnett to think of himself as a scorer. Garnett throughout his entire career always been so unselfish. But he looked to score the other night. He has 5 points here in the first half. 5-point game. Starting 5 in there right now for the Celtics. Bryant, couple of nice fakes, tough shot, short that time. Perkins, the rebound, quick outlet. Celtics trying to push, they have numbers. Pierce drives in, and an offensive foul. Kobe Bryant looked like he was falling down before the contact, sold it beautifully, and Pierce picks up his 2nd.
Usually the Celtics outlet to Rondo. This time it's Pierce who gets called for the charge.
Tough angle on that one. But they call the offensive foul, and that's 5 turnovers in the 2nd period for the Boston Celtics.
And Mike, you talked about being out of sync. Turnovers always cause you, missed free throws always cause you being out of sync.
Rondo with the steal, then releases down the other end. Defense turning to offense for Boston. And despite them being out of sync and having their problems, they're only down by 3. That last play gets the crowd on its feet. Fisher, a contested jumper, won't go. Garnett tips it, doesn't grab it again, and Odom the rebound.
I just don't understand why they can't get that second hand to snatch these rebounds and loose balls.
Gasol, nice fake up and under. Shot won't go, whistle and a foul. Coming up at halftime, the T-Mobile halftime report. Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, Michael Wilbon, and John Barry. We'll have first half analysis of Game 4, and then a World Cup preview of the FIFA World Cup. They look very relaxed, don't they?
What's John Barry, dehydrated? He's chugging that water like there's no tomorrow.
They need defense to turn into offense. Boston does, Mark.
And we've seen this movie before. Rondo beat by Kobe Bryant, does a good job of deflecting the ball off to the races. But you got to get stops. If you want to run, you have to get stops. This is the blow by, but Rondo doesn't give up on the play. They wind up with an uncontested layup.
20-second timeout call.
And Rondo not giving up on the play, deflects it, and then takes off. Paul Pierce, very good outlet pass. Rondo does the rest. If you're the Celtics, you got to be very satisfied with just being down 4 in this first half by the way that they played at times offensively.
Rondo led the NBA in steals this season during the regular part of the year, and also a Celtics single season record, surpassing Rick Fox, who was the one that owned it. A spectacular year for Rondo as Nate Robinson checks back in with 17.4 remaining. Gasol at the line.
Doc Rivers looks over at his player and says, I want to attack at 7 seconds on the clock. I don't want to start my offense any earlier. I want the last shot of this half.
Bryant again backs off. All the way back to the free throw line. Shot clock is off. Pierce. Allen blocked by Gasol. Garnett picks it up, puts up the shot, puts it in at the buzzer. They'll review it, but Garnett got it off in time.
That's great defense by Pau Gasol. And he should be upset because if I'm going to help somebody, then you've got to help me. Kevin Garnett does a good job pursuing the ball and getting it off in time.
And the Celtics, despite their offensive problems, only trail by 3. Meanwhile, the Lakers getting big game for Pau Gasol, 13 points in the first half. Kobe had 12, and he's with Doris.
They were the main source of offense. You and Pau, the defense is really digging in. What will make the difference offensively in the second half?
You know, we started knocking down shots. You know, started taking what the defense gave us and knocked down a couple opportunities.
When Lamar Odom plays well, how does that change the equation for this team?
Well, it adds more versatility to our game. Obviously, the depth is a huge part, and giving Drew some minutes.
Kobe, thank you. Mike.
All right, Doris. He has not been shooting well in this series so far, but 5 of 8 in the first half, including 2 for 2 from downtown. After the break, Stewart, Magic, John, and Michael, a T-Mobile halftime report. We'll take a closer look at the first half, and then you'll get a preview of the FIFA World Cup. Game 4 of the 2010 NBA Finals from the TD Garden in Boston. Celtics trying to even this thing up. Paul Pierce a strong start. Halftime, Lakers 45, Celtics 42. Staples Center for game 1 of the NBA Finals. Fisher alley-up to Bryant. Oh, blocked by Bryant. Off the turnover, Kobe Bryant. Let's see what the Celtics have here in game 2. Well, that's an NBA Finals record. Rondo sets for the jump shot, knocks it down. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to game 3. Bryant takes it away from Garnett, finds Bynum inside, counted and a foul. And Fisher to the basket, gets hammered, and he puts it in. We're at halftime of game 4 in the latest chapter of the rivalry between the Lakers and the Celtics. And after the first 2 quarters, the Lakers, who lead the series 2-1, have a 45-42 advantage. Hi again, everyone, here at halftime. And that was an ugly half, really, from both teams. In many ways, the Celtics very lucky that they're only down by 3. For the Lakers, Mark, they've come out again on the road looking sharp, especially though they're all-stars. In Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol, they really carried it in that first half.
Well, same old story. Bryant and Gasol having an impact on the ball game and doing it as a combination.
And that's our Windows 7 winning combination.
You talk about defense, it doesn't get any better than this. Ray Allen does a great job contesting. Bryant knocks it down. Here again, that's body to body, chest to chest with the contest. That's just stellar offense. You can't complain if you're Ray Allen. And how about Gasol knocking down jump shots? You love this one, the rainbow jump shot, a lot of airspace, and then skilled on the block, the ability to fake and finish with his left hand. Both guys very efficient in that first half.
And you see the 13 and the 12 for the 2 All-Stars for the Los Angeles Lakers. Meanwhile, Jeff Marchis used the phrase stellar offense. You can't use that to apply what Boston did in that first half. Again, they're lucky they're only down 3.
Well, they shot 41%, and usually you give credit to the length of the Lakers for disrupting their shots, but it wasn't that way. Only Paul Pierce really got going. Here, Ray Allen misses a layup that turns into a three-point shot by Bryant, and then Rondo misses a wide-open layup, which turns into a three-point play by Oda. Then Glenn Davis misses a fast break layup. And then Rondo again. These are point-blank shots right at the basket, and really not that hard of contest. They've just got to concentrate and stick it in. Who would have thought? Pierce is 12, everyone else in a little bit of a struggle. Ray Allen, over the last 4 halves, 1 for 22 from the floor. An incredible struggle for one of the great shooting guards of all time.
He'll try and get it going as we start the third. Before we do, we check in with Doris Burke.
Well, as usual, I'm following up a point by Jeff Van Gundy. Doc Rivers said other than a couple of possessions where we could have made an extra pass, he said it's about missed layups. He loves the shot opportunities. He actually said, Rajon Rondo at the half, he told him, listen, you have got to be willing to go 0 for 36. I need you aggressive playing with pace. And he said, guys, that's simply a product of this guy being young and not wanting to hurt the team, guys.
Rondo, again, missing free throws in that first half. He has really struggled from the line. Meanwhile, Lamar Odom starting the third quarter for L.A. Andrew Bynum looking over at the Laker bench. Don't even see him out on the bench right now for Los Angeles. Pierce had the quick start. Garnett's jump shot. Nearly tipped in by Rondo. Perkins gets it. Good ball movement there for Boston. And again, another missed open shot.
But I like both of those shots. You're Kevin Garnett. Those are your shots. Just wasn't able to knock them down. But step in rhythm with confidence.
But let's not diminish, as Ray Allen's called for a foul, Andrew Bynum's absence. This is the same thing that they faced in 2008 when Bynum was out the entire series. Which Laker can give them 4, 5, 6 quality minutes? Luke Walton at the 4, Josh Powell at the 4, or Banga inside as a center.
Walton gave him some good minutes in game 3. Bryant on the drive. Ray Allen the rebound. Of course, it's not a bad person to have filling in for your starter in Lamar Odom, who much prefers to start. Rondo inside. Perkins gives it to Garnett. Celtics need Allen to get going. Shot won't go, but he'll get to the free throw line.
And that's the way you get going, by turning down jump shots and get into the free throw line. I thought Ray Allen did a poor job of doing that, shooting 0 for 13 the last ball game. But all of a sudden, turns this one down, gets to the free throw line. Find a way to get yourself an easy shot. Didn't settle, put pressure on the defense, got the contact from Fisher, and now maybe he can establish a rhythm by going to the line.
3 fouls on Fisher. Allen from the line in the series is a perfect 11 for 11. He said after that nightmare game, the 0 for 13, and he was glad they only had 1 day to wait as opposed to the extra days we've had during some of the series, and he calmly sinks both. So with all the struggles that the Celtics have had, they're only down 1.
I tell you, if I'm Rondo, I'm pushing the ball every time, trying to get my guys going. It's not about him shooting 36 times. It's about making plays.
Hard foul on Gasol. And Pau Gasol brushes it off, and he'll go to the line. That's where Phil Jackson said he's made a terrific step in the last couple of years and getting stronger in the weight room, putting on some more weight, that he can deal with the hard fouls. Doesn't complain about them anymore. Doesn't let it bother him. Just shakes himself off and goes to the line and tries to knock down a couple.
Now, these are going to be his 9th and 10th free throws. So the label doesn't fit anymore. This guy takes a hit. He pops back up. And another good play by Bryant. And that's not really even a, he got raked across the face, but it wasn't a hard foul.
It was Garnett's 3rd foul, however. Garnett and Rasheed Wallace have 3 each for Boston. Fisher the only one with 3 for the Lakers. Perkins wants the ball. Good entry pass, and Gasol wraps him up for his 2nd.
And that's bad defense by Gasol, but outstanding offense by Perkins, forcing the issue, gets in position, puts the body on Gasol, and forces him to grab him. This is fighting for position. Outstanding job sealing him, putting him on his back, the one dribble drop step, and then Gasol forced to commit the foul.
Then you saw Kobe Bryant and Perkins kind of chatting away at each other, and we've seen so far in the finals the officials aren't quick to call that double technical. And a reminder, Perkins, his next technical would mean automatic suspension for the next game because it would put him at 7 for the playoffs. I like the way the officials have let them do a little chatter. Pierce didn't know where he was going with that one, and that's the 8th turnover for Boston.
But when Artest is put in the pick and roll, right now they switched that one where Gasol switched on to Pierce, Artest switched on to Garnett. Pierce has just got a back dribble and take it at, as we see Andrew Bynum coming out, take it at Gasol to score, not to be a passer.
They were working on that knee during halftime. He said that his return was not certain, but he's obviously coming back in. Fisher floats it up and in. That's his first field goal, and it puts the Lakers up by 5.
And sometimes Rondo goes too much to allowing a guy to go by him and then trying to reach and steal it from behind, where it hurts their overall team defense.
Rondo gets inside, can't finish, ball nearly tipped in and goes in. Garnett and Perkins in there. They credit it to Kendrick Perkins.
And I used to love guys play. I saw guys play on my team who would raise their hand to make sure the scorekeeper knew it's my bucket. And even they would lie on that. Marcus Camby, you know who you are.
Bryant flips it up, won't go. Pierce the rebound, his 5th. Bryant trying to harass him. Rondo pulls up for the jumper. 1-point game again.
But again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's playing with pace.
And Ray Allen and Fisher join at each other. Ball deflected by Garnett. Pierce with a steal. A hit to Rondo. He threw it past him. Just a little behind, and Rondo couldn't stop his momentum. And we're seeing some jawing right now. These are 2 veterans, 2 of the nicest guys in the NBA, playing hard.
When I look at both of those guys, neither one of them do I think Iron Mike Tyson.
Bryant. Fisher tried to draw the foul. He threw it in. He thought he felt contact, threw it up in the basket, and knocks it down. And a 3-second violation called on Garnett.
Now, how can it be a 3-second? It doesn't start till you get over half court. There's 20 seconds still on the shot clock.
That was, you rarely see it that quick. You're right, Jeff. That's what Doc Rivers is saying. There's 20 on the shot clock, meaning only 4 seconds went off the clock from when they got possession of the ball.
Right, so, I mean, that's as quick a 3-second as you can literally have.
Gasol. And lead back up to 5 again.
And Doc Rivers still upset about it, and rightfully so.
Rivers calls time and gives Greg Willard an earful. Crowd not happy. That's a very quick whistle. Rivers upset. His team down 5. 3.5 gone by here in the 3rd.
I want to talk about
the NBA where caring happens. Doc Rivers still upset about that 3 seconds call. And watch here. You don't start the 3 seconds until the front court. And by the time the whistle blew, there was only 20 seconds on the shot clock, meaning only 4 seconds went off the possession, and at least 2 of them were before he crossed half court. Obviously a bad call.
Exactly, and it happens, and you get caught sometimes by players yelling for the 3-second call verbally, as Garnett misses his 3rd wide open mid-range jump shot.
The key on that, though, is again the 3-second count doesn't start until the offensive team has the ball in the front court.
And neither does a 3-second defensive call start until it's in the front court.
Bryant goes right at Perkins. Good defense from Perkins, went straight up. Rondo attacking. Finding Perkins. Perkins to the basket. Wild shot won't go. It has been a struggle offensively for the Celtics.
And those plays down there are caused by the length of the Lakers. They do a great job protecting the basket.
Shot clock at 5. Artest way off.
I think if you're the Celtics, you got to find Paul Pierce with the basketball.
Rondo can't hit. Rondo 4 of 12 from the field.
I mean, you think about it. If you're the Lakers, you're doing me a favor. If Rondo's shooting, if Perkins is shooting, as long as you keep the ball out of the hands of Pierce and Allen shooting wide open jump shots, I can live with anything else.
Shot clock once again down to 5. Celtic defense has been solid. Bryant inside to Odom, and a 24-second violation. A reminder, log on to NBA.com to experience the most comprehensive finals coverage on the web, including live press conferences after every game, in-depth analysis, and much more.
And Mike, I hate to labor a point, but if you're Paul Pierce, great players say, give me the basketball. You've got to tell Rondo and tell Dr. Riz, okay, get me the basketball and run the offense through me. It's okay to be selfish at times.
That's not selfish, that's winning basketball. Pierce hasn't taken a shot. He hasn't really been involved in any pick and rolls like they were to start off the game.
Ray Allen inside to Garnett, gets it to Perkins, who lays it in.
But that's what you call offense by accident. It just worked out. You bobbled it. That's not going to win it for you.
Approaching the midway point here in the third. Garnett on Odom. Odom to drive. Can't get it to go. Perkins the rebound. Crowd has come alive. They've been quiet. Ahead to Garnett. 1-point game. Phil Jackson not looking to call timeout. Just calls out a play as the Lakers bring it up the floor. Gasol, single coverage on Perkins. And a loose ball foul against the Lakers. The momentum has shifted.
Celtic bigs getting it done defensively, and then Kevin Garnett, look at the full sprint, beating everybody down the floor. On-point pass from Rondo. That's getting it done. That's fast break basketball.
T.D. Garden is up. And in a frenzy once again. They've been quiet much of the night. The Celtics have not played well, yet they have a chance to take the lead. And a foul. Call against Fisher. That's 4 on Derek Fisher. 4th team foul.
Hand-to-hand combat. Good body position by Fisher. Initially, Ray Allen takes a different route over the top of Perkins' screen, and Fisher's hands just get caught up in the body of Allen.
Vujicic will come in. Fisher with the 4 fouls. Largest lead of the night was 8. Lakers had that in the first half. Garnett against Odom. Spins, house. Lakers lost the lead. Celtics go up by 1. A 6-0 run.
Good offense by the Celtics. Kevin Garnett being defended by Lamar Odom, using that length.
Again, shot clock winding down almost every possession recently. Bryant hits a 3. Kobe Bryant answers right back. I think he turned and said shh to the crowd.
I think if you're the Celtics, you live with anybody else not named Bryant shooting the basketball right now. Force somebody else to score.
He's 3 for 3 from downtown tonight. Ray Allen jump shot. Gets it to go. Same thing happened in game 3. It was Ray Allen's mom cheering on her son. Lakers had the big lead, nearly lost it. Place was going crazy, but the Lakers held on. It was the most impressive part of their win. They're going to have to do it again as this crowd has come alive here in the third. Perkins called for the reach-in foul, his second.
Perkins is running down the floor after defensive stops, holding his hands together, saying he's locking up Pau Gasol. Right now, he's being very physical on the block. If you're Gasol, at some point, you've got to loosen him up by shooting the turnaround jump shot. Face him and shoot it with confidence.
Now Phil Jackson wants time. As the Celtics, despite a rough night offensively, turning it around here in the third.
Very good screen set by Paul Pierce, which gives Ray Allen the rhythm into a medium-range jump shot. And then Kevin Garnett, I thought got away with a little travel there, but good balance, uses his length to shoot over the top. Knock on wood, we finally got some scoring going.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by Warner Brothers Pictures' Inception. Your mind is the scene of the crime. In theaters July 16. Windows 7. Autotrader.com. Now compare new and used cars side by side at Autotrader.com. And The Book of Eli, rated R. Own it on Blu-ray Tuesday.
You ask me. What we do know is there'll be a Game 5 Sunday back here in Boston. What we don't know, will it be tied at 2 games apiece? Or will the Lakers have a commanding 3-1 lead? Either way, we've got the game for you Sunday on ABC. Tip-off shortly after 8 Eastern. As the Celtics have come back from 8 down. They briefly had a lead. Bryant doubled. Bynum back in. Shot clock down to 3. Bryant for 3. And Garnett the rebound. Vujicic playing with Fisher having 4 fouls. Rondo tries again, flips it up, won't go. Bynum the rebound, knocked out, still Laker ball. Nice to see Bynum able to come back in. Did not start the second half. Looked like he was limping a little bit more on that right knee. He keeps saying he wants to play. He doesn't want to miss the finals like he did in 2008. He's going to have surgery when the season's over. Ball, Bryant couldn't get a hold on it. And another turnover. Garnett open.
And that's his 4th great look this half, just off spot-up jumpers that are usually money.
Gasol the drive, trying to jam it in there, couldn't get it to fall. Rondo the rebound. Rondo wraps it around. Allen for 3. Rondo the follow. That won't go. Celtics with so many good open looks.
And I think they have to find Paul Pierce now. It's been 10 minutes, and he hasn't had a shot this half. And he hasn't been actively involved in any action.
He had 10 points in the first quarter, only 2 since. Shot clock down to 2. Artest now realizes it, takes a shot, won't go. Gasol the rebound, knocked out of his hands by Rondo. 2-on-1 break. Rondo back to Allen, up and under, and goes down hard after Bryant hit him. So defense again leading the offense as we listen to Doc Rivers in a recent huddle.
Throw the ball, but stay aggressive. We're getting good stuff, all right? We're getting great stuff. Great stuff. Just stay together, keep moving that ball. I'm going to fight for you. Y'all play basketball, all right?
He is not just a glass is half full kind of guy. He is the glass is overflowing. He remained positive during the regular season. And it wasn't easy to do so. Even though they won 50 games, even Danny Ainge said it was not a strong regular season. They had injuries, they had inconsistent play. But Rivers all season long kept saying, I like this team, we're close. They turned it around in the playoffs. And Ray Allen, meanwhile, trying to turn it around after a couple of subpar games.
And Mike, to go back to your point about Doc Rivers, it extends to Phil Jackson as well. Great poise under duress and adversity. And it can really be for any coach, but especially young coaches, to be able to model how they are able to keep their composure.
Bynum, by the way, sits down after a couple of minutes. Jordan Farmar is checked in. Odom the drive, strip. And it's still going to be late to ball. A lot of contact there. By the way, you mentioned Phil Jackson. That win in Game 3, he now has 112 playoff wins with the Lakers and 111 with the Bulls. So now he has more playoff wins with the Lakers. Shot clock down to 5. Bryant drills a three-pointer. 4th 3 of the game for Kobe Bryant. The Lakers back up.
That's not fair. I mean, that's a big-time, tough shot.
That should be labeled the Triangle 24 offense.
And a moving screen called against Rasheed Wallace. That's 4 on Wallace in just 10 minutes.
Ray Allen again crowds him on the catch. Getting up, influencing him to the baseline, bodying up, one dribble, step back, corner 3. That should be labeled unfair. Because if you play that good a defense and a guy still consistently makes, that's disheartening.
Tries it again, does it again. Back-to-back threes for Kobe Bryant. And the Lakers go up by 4. He's got that look right now. 21 for the game, 5 of 6 from downtown. Wallace way off. Glenn Davis wrestles the rebound and puts it in. Glenn Davis unstoppable down low.
And you know, Mark, on those threes, you can't even double team him. He's so far out. It's not like you can send the second defender easily.
Farmar. Odom fakes and drives. And a whistle and a 3-second violation against the Lakers. Kobe Bryant lighting it up from downtown. He actually holds the NBA record for most three-pointers in a game. It happened in a regular season. He and Donyell Marshall each have 12. So he has nights where he gets on fire from way downtown.
Well, Ray Allen's record is in danger right now.
Yep. Ray Allen has the finals record. Wallace can't get it to go. The overall playoff record is 9, and the regular season record is 12. 2-point game, final minute, 3rd quarter. Bryant. And Gasol the rebound. He's fouled on the rebound. Celtics not in the penalty, so the Lakers will take it out of bounds for the final shot of the period.
Here's where they love to get the ball to Bryant at the top of the key off of this line at the foul line. You want to do everything you can to try to overplay him and force the ball somewhere else.
Marquise Daniels is coming in. His first action in the series. He had that concussion suffered in the conference finals. Bryant double team stolen by Allen. Ahead to Rondo, threw it too far ahead. And Odom has it. A missed opportunity there for the Boston Celtics. After an ugly first half, this one is picked up here in the 3rd period. In the last couple of minutes, Kobe Bryant, 9 points in the period. He's 5 of 7 from downtown. And after trailing by 8, Celtics briefly took the lead. They only trail by 2.
Very chippy. Kevin Garnett got it going. Certainly the battle, and then Kobe Bryant. You're talking about stepping up when it matters most, put his team on his back, and have himself a 2-point lead.
This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. To begin begin at the TD Garden in Boston here in Game 4 of the Finals. Lakers lead the Celtics 62-60. Let's go courtside for the big coaches interview with Doris Burke and Doc Rivers.
Mike, thank you very much. Doc, after a first half where Paul Pierce was intimately involved with everything you did, he didn't get a shot in that period. What do you need from him in the fourth?
Well, we got to go to him. I thought we tried to make too much stuff happen off the bounce. We stopped moving the ball, but I still love our shot skills. We're getting great shots. Guys are rushing a little bit too much right now.
Well, it's almost counterintuitive, but what do you say to your guys about all those missed shots?
Keep shooting them. You know, they're all good shooters. They'll go in eventually.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
Mike.
39% shooting for the game. They're one of the better shooting teams in the NBA during the regular season, 4th overall. But it has been a struggle here tonight. Yet they're only down by 2 as we start the 4th quarter. Odom steps back. Can't get it to go. Tony Allen the rebound. Look at the lineup Doc Rivers has on. Nate Robinson, Tony Allen, Glenn Davis, Rasheed Wallace, 4 bench players, and Ray Allen.
And I like this lineup, especially with Nate Robinson. This lineup played outstanding defense in the first half. And the foul by Pau Gasol defending Rasheed Wallace on the block. I think Nate Robinson, Rondo has not played particularly well this ball game. Nate Robinson can give them a burst and some instant offense that's much needed.
Kobe Bryant, Rasheed Wallace, the latest to jaw at each other.
And really, you don't know how much you trust your bench until you get into a second half or a 4th quarter of a must-win situation. This tells me that Doc Rivers really trusts these guys.
They played well in the second half of Game 3. Davis spin move, reverse, banks it in, tie game. He's unbelievable.
I tell you what, this is a guy that I would trust. You're talking about playing with force, playing with passion. He is on a mission.
And not afraid of the big moment. 11 points in 13 minutes. Shannon Brown and Jordan Farmar in there with Bryant, Odom, and Gasol. Gasol. Nice bank shot. Took his time, and he made a difficult play.
What poise to show the ball, get Rasheed off of his feet, and then knock it in.
Ray Allen off the screen. Allen on the drive. Oh, nice reverse from Allen. Both teams making terrific individual plays.
And he's doing a better job of not falling in love with the jump shot. He's a great jump shooter, but don't limit yourself to just that.
He always says he's a scorer, not just a shooter. Robinson dives on the floor, comes up with it. And do they get a timeout? Yes. Nate Robinson with a good hustle play. Calls the timeout as the Lakers turn it over for the 14th time.
Talked about a guy that's instant offense, but getting it done defensively, willing to get his jersey dirty by hitting the deck and wisely calling a timeout. And then Ray Allen, great job turning down the jump shot, getting into the seams, and using the rim as a shield.
The excitement starting and continuing. The 2010 FIFA World Cup continues Saturday, June 12th on ABC. The United States against England. The 2010 FIFA World Cup on ABC Saturday, June 12th, 1:30 Eastern. It begins tomorrow at 9:30 on ESPN. USA playing on Saturday. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Robinson inside Davis. Davis, back shot. Gets it to go again. Big baby with big plays, and the Celtics lead by 2.
And the thing you like about this unit on the floor, they're running their offense, trusting their sets, and being patient.
Bryant wanted a foul, and he gets it. Or do they call it away? No, they do call it. Tony Allen.
Coach, that's good offense. That's being patient, a lot of ball movement and man movement.
And look, they're getting stuff right in the paint. And that's where the game is usually decided. Just like the line of scrimmage in football, who wins the paint game most often wins.
Right now it's 38-22 points in the paint in favor of Boston.
Well, then they better win or my theory's blown out of the water.
It won't be your first theory blown out of the water.
Allen deflects it out of bounds. Only 2 left to shoot. Kobe Bryant looks and asks Phil Jackson for a play.
But it's not just points in the paint. It's free throws. It's rebounding. It's all those things in combination.
2 to shoot. Gasol takes a couple of dribbles, heaves it up, almost puts it in, and Ray Allen gets fouled by Shannon Brown. Gasol made a heck of an attempt there on a flip shot. And now the Lakers with their second team foul. First on Brown.
That's a good job also by Ray Allen, boxing Shannon Brown out, forcing him to go over the top.
Robinson. Allen off the screen. Stumbles a bit, knocks it down. Largest lead of the night for the Boston Celtics.
You see, but offensively, they're letting plays develop.
And they're not going to anybody. They're just playing basketball.
Brown. Hard drive to the basket. Gasol, the rebound blocked by Allen. Tipped by Allen. Farmer goes down hard. Davis hands it off to Ray Allen. On the drive, Tony Allen. Davis the rebound, banks it in, and a foul.
T-Mobile.
Glenn Davis and the Celtics erupting here in the fourth quarter, an 8-0 run to lead by 6. Davis with a spectacular performance here. 15 points in 16 minutes. He's on Miller Lite Taste Greatness subject.
Give this guy credit. He has taken over this ball game. The eyes, the big eyes, saying, I'm taking it to the hoop and I'm going to finish over Lamp. Does not matter. He is pursuing the basketball. Big time moves. You talk about that strength and athleticism, the ability to finish on the opposite side, pursuing the basketball. I wanted more than everybody else on the floor. Great job. And then Pau Gasol, doesn't matter. Gets the bounce, offensive rebound, the and one. And you know what babies do. No question about it. Big babies drool.
He was hyperventilating, and the drool was flying out of his mouth as he hits the free throw. It's not just effort and energy. That's his #1 strength. He's got tremendous skill for a man his size.
Quick feet, great hands. And you know what he's developed here? Which I didn't think he had really as he let Lamar Odom. He made a mistake letting him get to his left hand. I didn't know if he had that competitive spirit when he played at LSU, but he's answered every one of those questions here in Boston.
He showed it a bit in last year's playoffs, playing for the injured Kevin Garnett, and he's had some wonderful moments in this run in 2010. None better than tonight, however, with his team down 2-1 in the series. Tony Allen lost it, got it back, and put it in. He was close to a travel, but he really didn't have possession, so they couldn't call it. It benefited him, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
Good play by Ray Allen to drive, draw Lamar Odom. Instead of spotting up, Tony Allen cuts to the rim. And Kendrick Perkins and Rajon Rondo loving it.
The starters enjoying the work of the Celtic bench.
And you know, I think it makes it so much easier to trust a unit like this because you can trust them defensively. You can trust them to get stops when you look at this unit.
Largest lead for the Celtics. It equals the largest lead of the night. Lakers led by 8 in the first half. Boston 8 with still plenty of time remaining. Fisher to Bryant. Bryant on the drive, gets to the basket. Lost it out of bounds. He is hot. He thought there was a foul and a technical foul. Down. What was he upset about? They didn't call a foul on him. Well, they did call the personal. You couldn't hear the whistle. Bryant was upset.
But it looked like contact. And if you're Rasheed Wallace, as Ray Allen comes over to tell him to calm down, he says, I'm okay. Well, you're okay, but you just cost us a point. Fortunately for him, Bryant misses the technical foul. But if you're Rasheed Wallace, you've got to be smarter because you don't want to give up free baskets to a team that's struggling.
And now players getting in front of each other. Officials have to separate them a little bit. Kobe Bryant at first went over and said something to Eddie F. Rush. Looked like he was upset. Well, Bryant misses the technical. Now he gets the 2 on the personal. For Rasheed Wallace, that's his 5th foul. Anti-Kobe chant as he hits the first.
Do you think we can talk about what the anti-chants are, or is that not appropriate?
No, you can remix it. Kobe's not good.
That's true.
Right.
Kobe's... I like somebody better than Kobe.
You can't remix my remix.
Is that a rule?
No, I just made it up, just
okay.
like you, my own rule.
7:20 remaining. Bryant has not had good 4th quarters in this series. Coming in, first 3 games, he was just 5 of 20 from the field in the 4th quarter.
And this is not a good matchup. Ron Artest defending Ray Allen. If you're Ray Allen, you run him off screens, you're going to get good looks.
Robinson to the basket, scoop layup. Nate Robinson, big play off the bench. He's got 8 points. Doc Rivers resting the starters, Rondo and Perkins, and a foul. The shot won't count. Tony Allen with the personal. His 2nd, team's 3rd. And these 2 off the bench. A superb job, especially on a night where they've struggled scoring. Add to their energy on defense.
And Coach, you know these are tough decisions if you're Doc Rivers. When do you go back to your starters, and do you stay with this group because of the way that they are playing?
Odom, another nice play. A couple of tough buckets from Odom.
You're absolutely right. How long do you ride a group, and how long do you say, hey, they've done their job, now it's up to my best players to finish the game?
Wallace into Davis. Tony Allen back up top. Wallace for 3. Bang! His first field goal of the night and the largest lead of the night.
And Doc Rivers was calling on Kevin Garnett to go into the ball game. Wallace knocks it down. He brings him back to the bench.
We're midway through the 4th. Gasol, top shot, gets it to go. Gasol and Odom making difficult shots against some physical Celtic defense.
And Gasol and Bryant have played the entire 2nd half. And it's one of their great values is that they can play big minutes as Lamar Odom gets called for the block. And Scott Foster just teed up Nate Robinson for being emotionally drunk.
You drew the foul, and then he went and taunted Lamar Odom and picks up with a technical. Celtics by 7 here in the 4th.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC, brought to you by Budweiser. With full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. E-Trade. The A-Team. Tomorrow only in theaters. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Resurgence Pack. Available now only on Xbox Live. Rated mature.
Storied rivalry in the NBA, the 2 most successful franchises. And right now, Boston leading by 7. Nate Robinson, after getting fouled by Lamar Odom, got up and in his face, a little taunting technical. Doc Rivers was upset. One of the words he yelled at him was poise. His teammates giving him some lip. He's been terrific off the bench. As Fisher misses his first free throw of the series. He was 9 for 9. And you see Ray Allen letting him have it. Robinson Such a talented player, but often in his career he's let his emotions get the best of him. They're trying to settle him down here.
I'll say it again, your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. So Nate Robinson is a high wire, effervescent, enthusiastic player. He's energetic. It served him well in this game up until that point.
He's a good free throw shooter, 79%. Was acquired from the Knicks during the season for a very popular player, Eddie House, who helped them win a championship in 08. With all the struggles they were having and the injuries, they felt that he could give them a little bit of a burst of energy. He really didn't play that much during the regular season, but he's had a couple of performances in the postseason that have helped them win games.
I like the way they're handling him. Patient with him, understanding you didn't come from a winning environment. We're going to teach you how to act as a winner and how to conduct yourself on the floor. Doc Rivers didn't yank him out, pat him on the behind, and Ray Allen talked to him. That's how you prepare a guy and understand what he does on the floor could help him.
Rondo stays on the bench. Odom drives on Wallace. Wallace with 5 fouls. Odom, another nice play. Boy, Odom having a very strong fourth quarter.
And I agree with Doc. It's a tough decision, but the Lakers are struggling to score the basketball, and you're getting quality looks on the offensive end yourself. So you can stick with this group.
Puts up the three, off the mark. And the ball goes out of bounds. Laker ball. And Paul Pierce is going to check back in.
Well, this is played right, as Wallace was influencing Odom to his right, but he spun back to his left. But I like that. Hey, you got to make him make these tough shots. That's good defense, good shot by Lamar Odom.
Both games 2 and 3. It's been anybody's game in the last couple of minutes. In games 2, the Celtics made all the crunch time execution plays. In game 3, it was the Lakers here at the TD Garden. Bryant against Tony Allen. Blocked by Allen. Terrific defensive play. Bryant has to put it up and does graze the rim. Crowd wanted Ray Allen to shoot. Tony Allen hasn't scored as much, but he's made some nice plays. Robinson inside, puts it in. Nate Robinson, 12 points off the bench, and the Celtics back up by 9. Gasol, the lefty hook. Artest rips down the rebound. Can't get it to go. Loose ball foul against the Lakers. Free throws for Boston. Len Davis and Nate Robinson. What a performance here in this fourth quarter for the Celtics.
This is why you leave them in the ball game, because they can back off of Rondo and don't worry about him scoring. Nate Robinson puts pressure on the defense, making a mistake, but gets into the seams, and you talk about the starters loving what he's doing. And I like what Doc Rivers is doing. He had Rondo, Garnett, and Pierce at the scorer's table about to enter into the ball game. When something good occurred, he told those guys, get back. Finishing with guys that have earned the right to win or lose this ball game.
And you know what I like? Kevin Garnett's going to be a Hall of Famer. That's the second time he's been put at the table and then brought back. I'm going to say this as Davis rolls it in. Very few stars would handle being pulled back with great enthusiasm. It hasn't lessened his enthusiasm for this game at all. I give him a lot of credit.
I'm going to tell you what, that's an outstanding point, because as a former player, I get goosebumps just watching his passion, going back, not showing up the coach, not showing up the guys on the floor, and still into the ball game.
11-point lead, first double-figure lead of the night. Under 4 minutes to play. Celtics trying to tie the series at 2 games apiece. Kobe Bryant, left-handed. Wallace tips it, but right to Artest. Wallace is hurt. Artest, count it, and a foul. And Wallace rolling on the ground, shaken up on the play. He's been bothered by a bad back ever since the Orlando series. Now he seems to be okay.
And you're this close. Up 11 to get in a rebound. You get the stop. You don't secure it. So instead of up 11 with the ball, second shot, three-point play opportunity. It can turn quickly.
Robinson and Bryant pushing and shoving. You see them behind Artest, who sinks the free throw.
And Coach, how many times again allowing Ron Artest to get to a strong hand? He's a guy that loves to go left. The mistake allowing him to go baseline and finish that left.
Nate Robinson staying in the game. Fisher on him. Davis wants it. Good defense from Odom. Shot clock at 5. Davis against Kobe Bryant. Puts up the jump shot. Way off Tony Allen. Nearly tips it in and holds on and gets the offensive board. Tony Allen doing his part as well. An extraordinary performance from the Celtics bench here in the fourth quarter. Robinson out, Tony Allen, that's a 3.
Are you kidding me?
Doc Rivers is not happy with that one. Foul on Allen, and Bryant wisely throws it up, and they're going to say not in the act of shooting, which makes a difference because it was a 3-point attempt, so instead it'll be 2 free throws. And we'll have a timeout. 2:51 remaining here, fourth quarter of game 4. The Celtics trying to even up these NBA Finals. Big Baby doing his part. Boston by 8. Has ended his drought. Pierce fakes nice move on Artest. Gets it to go. Nice feed to Davis inside. Davis banks it in again. Allen blocked by Gasol. Garnett picks it up. Puts up the shot. Puts it in. Crowd's got a little quiet. Kobe Bryant drills the 3-pointer. Oh, Bryant back to back. Davis the rebound. Banks it in. And a foul. Celtics trailing by 2 entering the fourth quarter. Big Baby Davis, Nate Robinson, Tony Allen, Rasheed Wallace, the Celtic bench helping outscore the Lakers 25-15 so far here in this fourth quarter. And the Celtics have an 8-point lead. Kobe Bryant will shoot with 2:51 remaining in the period.
Very interesting. Doc Rivers deciding to go back with 4 of his starters, leaving Rasheed Wallace in the ball game. And the big guys being taken out. You're talking about Glenn Davis and Nate Robinson having an impact on the offensive end.
So Rondo, Ray Allen, Pierce, and Garnett all back in. Bench was just superb in their defense in addition to those points. Meanwhile, Kobe Bryant now with 24 for the game. He's 0 for 3 from the field here in this fourth quarter.
And are Pierce and Garnett and Rondo ready to shoot open shots as Big Baby Davis is going to come back in.
Ray Allen steps back for 3. It's the side of the rim. Garnett back out to Pierce in a new 24.
And if they win this game, the Celtics, they have pounded the Lakers tonight on the offensive board.
Plus 10 overall, rebounding edge for Boston. Rondo fakes. Artest all over Pierce. Pierce on the step back, knocks it down. It's only his second field goal since the first quarter.
But that's a spot he loves to get to and then elevate for that baby jump shot.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Kobe Bryant spinning, double team, knocked away, gets it back, puts it up, puts it in. That's his first field goal of the fourth, 6-point game.
That ball's got to find Paul Pierce.
Lakers do not have a foul to give. Here's drive, lost it. Gasol tipped by Garnett and stolen. And Rondo will reset. Big defensive play from Garnett.
And great use of the clock by Rondo right there.
And great use of giving the basketball to Pierce. He's a tremendous weapon, and he will make guys better in this high screen and roll.
Crowd on its feet. Pierce to the basket. Count it! And a foul! Chance for a 3-point play as the Celtics go back up by 8.
I love what Pierce is doing. Says, I know your body of work, Ron Artest. You're a big-time defender, but check my record. On the offensive end, I can get what I want. Good job of finishing and getting to the line.
And Bryant was above the restricted area there.
He was. To me, that was a charge. That was an excellent rotation by Kobe Bryant before Pierce got into the shooting motion.
It looked like a charge. Bryant, though, his fourth foul. A familiar chant here in Boston, beat LA. In May and June, they've been yelling it for years. 90 to 81. Coming up on a minute remaining. Bryant rises up. He got hit on a three-point attempt. Ray Allen not happy. And Doc Rivers just yelled at him, don't gamble. So 3 free throws, and again, if he hits all 3, it'll make it again a 2-possession game.
Really not worth it. If I'm the Celtics, I'm trapping Bryant in that pick and roll, not allowing him to shoot a wide open 3, and then living with somebody else making a play.
Bryant hadn't taken a free throw in the first 3 quarters. This will be his 6th and 7th and 8th.
I mean, if you're Glenn Davis in this situation, an all-out blitz, trap Bryant and force him to get rid of the basketball.
And again, beyond the arc with 1:08 remaining.
That's a tough call looking at the replay. If you're Ray Allen, straight up, the follow through by Bryant really creates the contact.
And you know what? You have to tell defenders, and I think you have to understand this as a defender. You can't foul or appear to foul. And this is, to me, as he rises, that is a good block initially, and then his hand continues on, and it's hand, wrist, I'm not sure what it is, but you can't appear to foul either.
And Bryant nails all 3 free throws. It's back to 6.
And you're right, Coach. The bottom line is make him make tough shots. If he makes them, we've done our job.
Lakers in the penalty. Celtics wisely taking time off the clock. Down to 5. Down to 2. Pierce. Rebound Bryant.
He's got to take away his momentum so it's not a pull-up 3.
Bryant on the drive. Kicks it up top. Stolen by Rondo. Rondo with the lay-in. Fisher down the other end. Fisher on the drive, gets inside, banks it in. It's back to 6. And now the Lakers have to foul. But the Celtics will call timeout first with 22.2 remaining.
Great decision by Garnett not to inbound the ball to Rondo, who is shooting 4 for 15 from the free throw line in the playoffs.
Another terrific defensive play from a first-team All-NBA defender.
Forced Bryant to pass and in position to come up with the steal. Rondo, outstanding job of reading the passing lanes, getting the basketball, and finishing with a big-time layup.
The NBA Finals continues Sunday night. 8 Eastern tip-off right here on ABC. And back here in Boston, and it appears that it's going to be all tied up at 2 apiece, so there's still time remaining with 22.2 left. Rondo will inbounds. Pierce gets free as Fisher falls down. They've got a foul. Garnett has it, and Odom commits the foul with 17.7 remaining. It's obvious Celtics hit free throws this one over. If they start to miss them, it'll open the door just a bit for the Lakers.
And a smart job by Doc Rivers making Rondo the inbounds passer. Your worst free throw shooter, make him the passer, and then Pierce could have held the basketball. Instead, a willing passer takes off some clock, gives it to Garnett, a good free throw shooter.
Greg Popovich with San Antonio does the same thing with Tim Duncan late. He doesn't take him out when they are going to have to shoot free throws. He makes him the inbounder, similar to what Mark just said about Rondo.
Yeah, that one huge. It makes it a 7-point game. Obviously, for the Lakers coming the other way, they've got to look for threes now. Rasheed Wallace going back. He hurt himself in the fourth quarter earlier. Perhaps feels this one's over. It certainly looks like it now. And Phil Jackson will call timeout with 17.7 remaining. And the Celtics holding a comfortable 8-point lead. What a fourth quarter for Boston here on their home floor after the disappointing loss in Game 3. They do what they've done all season. They've bounced back. Such a resilient team. And they've done it led by their bench, especially Glenn Davis. How about the Celtics tonight? 34 points in the fourth quarter.
If they finish this off, it's going to be because of the killer bees tonight. The bench and the boards. Those two things carried the night when they were struggling offensively.
Yeah, look at those numbers. It was a defensive-oriented game, low scoring. They trailed by 2, 62-60 after 3, but terrific shooting. And there's a big man called Big Baby who led the charge. Glenn Davis, magnificent tonight. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 of 10 from the field. Had 9 points here in this fourth period. And you see the bench just superb for the Celtics.
When you're a basketball fan, this is how it's supposed to end. You're talking about guys stepping up, a much-needed win for the Celtics on the ropes, found a way to get it done. And it started with the bench. Nate Robinson coming in, stellar job getting into the paint area and scoring. Big Baby Davis all night long playing with force and with passion. Great reads by Tony Allen, getting in the seams, gets a big and one in the paint area. Again, Allen distributing this time to Rasheed Wallace, shooting a long-range jump shot. Everybody on the bench had an impact on this win.
Again, the Lakers are trying to go up 3-1 in this series. No team in the NBA Finals has ever recovered from being down 3-1, but it appears that will not be the case. And looks like we're going to have an NBA Finals tied at 2-2 for the first time since 2006. Back in 08 when the Celtics beat the Lakers, they were up 3-1. Same thing last year, Lakers up 3-1 against Orlando. Artest to Fisher. Fisher launches a 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by Vujacic. Back out. Bryant puts up the 3 and rattles it in. That makes it a 5-point game with 11 seconds. Pierce releases, gets it, goes around, and it's going to be fouled by Bryant, and that will do it. The Celtics leading by 5 with 9.5 seconds to go, and Pierce will go to the line. Pierce with 17 points. Again, the starters, 17 for Pierce, 12 for Allen, 10 for Rondo, 13 for Garnett. But it was the Celtic bench that won this game here in the fourth quarter.
And you got to give credit to Tony Allen also. Struggled offensively, but did a great job defending Kobe Bryant when he's inserted in the ball game. I met his daughter at the hotel. She said, give my daddy a shout out. Her name is Kiki, and she should be awfully proud of what her dad did against the best player in the world.
Was she in a defensive stance when she was talking to you? Because her dad is in a stance. Now, I question a lot of the things he did offensively tonight, but on the defensive end, he was sound and solid.
We don't just give shout-outs. You got to earn shout-outs.
That's a good point.
So here's looking to add to the total. 96-89. Pierce coming in late in the fourth, like most of the starters. Doc Rivers went with the bench much of his fourth quarter, and he was rewarded. Bryant flips it up. Artest the rebound. Vujacic will try. There's the buzzer. The NBA Finals are tied at 2 games apiece. The star of the game for the Celtics, their bench led by Big Baby Glenn Davis with 18 points in 22 minutes. He's with Doris.
Well, he's busy doing a little bit of a dance, but Glenn, before the game, Doc Rivers had said he believed that rebounding was something that you guys had to do better. You had 20 second chance points. How were you guys so successful rebounding the ball tonight?
Just will, determination. You know, they're long. You just got to go out there and put a body on somebody, make sure they don't touch the ball. You know, I'm proud of our guys today, man. We played great, man. I just want to give all thanks to God.
You walked into the building, and before you hit the floor, as you headed to the locker room, you were screaming, and then you spoke volumes with your play. Why were you so amped up?
Because this is what legends are made of. This is where you grasp the moment. Immortality. That's all you can do right now. You know, just play in the moment. You know, and like I said, I just want to thank God for this moment right now that He gave me.
You're one step closer. We're going to get Nate Robinson here. Nate, before the game, Doc Rivers said that he had to monitor the starters' minutes very carefully tonight. How mindful were you and the other guys on the bench that you had to have an impact?
We just knew we had to bring our energy. I mean, that's the main thing for us. The more energy we play, the better defensively we are and better offensively we are.
Your emotions helped you excel. They also cost you a technical. There was a point at which you had to come out and make those 2 free throws. What was the message from your teammates?
Just stay together. You know, just keep your composure. You know, God gave me a great talent, which we had to play with a high level of energy. That's what I want to do. I want to fire the crowd up, fire my teammates up, and try to win games just like this.
You did that. Thank you very much, Mike.
All right, Doris. The bench helped them in 2008 win a title, but different players like James Posey and P.J. Brown and Eddie House and Sam Cassell. This season, Paul Pierce has some new members of the bench: Glenn Davis, Nate Robinson, Tony Allen, and Rasheed Wallace doing terrific things for the Celtics to get the win here. And as we head to Game 5 on Sunday, the series tied at 2 apiece. We're right back here at the TD Garden in Boston. Tip-off shortly after 8. And it'll at least be a Game 6 next Tuesday back at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. There's your final score. The Celtics 96, the Lakers 89. For Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Doris Burke, and our entire ABC crew, this is Mike Green saying so long for Boston. Don't forget Game 5 Sunday night back here. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern with our pregame. Now except on the West Coast. Stay tuned for your late local news. Nightline and Jimmy Kimmel Live over most of these ABC stations. Thanks for watching the NBA on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.